Hey all listeners, welcome back to the lowest possible level challenge. Hello? Okay. We're back, of course. Well, we did do a pretty good setup, of course, for the whole fight and stuff like that, but Claudius took way too much damage and stuff like that. Now, we could have cleared it there if we wouldn't have gotten unlucky there with the fact that he counterattacked. Otherwise, with the thing and stuff like that, And then he did a fire breath on. So I'm pretty certain that the head was still alive at that point and stuff like that it wasn't that we kill off one of the heads. So there's the hot springs. And I know that on a certain screen you can get a certain materia, but I forgot which one it is. But if that materia you can dig up later, I don't remember. Isn't this otherwise like... Can't that put you where the place is? Because otherwise we want to go down here basically. Yeah, because basically we're getting more Tranquilizers and probably more Phoenix Downs as well. Tranquilizers and Phoenix Downs are what we're getting, but we can also sell the organics now. We got some magics that is going to become very, very important, by the way. Imagine if it's right here somewhere, just. Alright, and then you enter here. And of course now we leave through here as well. And I believe the Shinra guards should be gone from the place now at this point. Okay. Move map! Woo! And this is part. I did 15 and 16 last time, so previous was part 17 and this is part 18 then. Yeah, the guards shouldn't be here still, I don't think. Nope. That is useful to know. Sell Viper Halberd. Sell Dragon Armlet, sell Organics. We could get high potency, we could also get tent, which, tents are very useful at this point. So wait, so there isn't a regular item shop, right? Unless the guy at the bar counts as being an item shop, because otherwise we need to go back even further. And we already got the thing here, right? Yeah, we already got the stuff that was here. So yeah, so that means, yeah, because none of the other things are on actual, like, store. Because this is just this house and the other one is the snowboard house. So we need to go all the way back. Let's just try and reset the audio here. Or the music. Come on. Here we go. You would think that would just be an easy fix or whatever, but yeah. So we have 18,000 now, which is pretty good. Yeah, you can see there the vehicles actually still exist, the tiny bunkers still exist at this point and stuff that, which is important. I mean, the main problem is that we sold a lot of her double weapons and stuff there, but yeah. And keep in mind that this will never be a true, like, lowest level possible challenge, because at that point we will basically have like one party member alive and stuff that, so we will pretty much probably just turn it into like a solo challenge instead of like doing damage with all of the characters and stuff that, you know. And then of course, obviously, if we're doing it a solo challenge, for example, like, there are other characters that can work, of course, but, you know, most of the time it's just Claude and stuff that, you know. Yeah. You see also how expensive the tranquilizers are and stuff that, you know. Because yeah, if possible, like, getting a bunch of tents could also be nice. But the thing is, the tents aren't going to be that useful because at that same point we have access to, you know. But of course, tent is really good because that makes it so that you don't have to sleep in an inn, and that means that you can keep your tranquilizer status. And keep in mind that once we get the high wine, by the way, once we have the high wine, we have access to Costa del Sol. And in Costa del Sol, there is something very, very useful stuff that's, yeah. So that's the strongest on material, right? That one only needs 1,000, then 3,000 and 4,000. That one needs 2,000. Yes, I put them kind of the wrong order there, but still, you know. And then wool map. Now you could theoretically say at this point just go and buy a bunch of like HP pluses and stuff that, you know. All the way back here. You can get the room omelets here again if you want at some point. Also 53 Phoenix Downs and 99 Tranquilizers. I don't know if there's anything cool you could do otherwise now at this point though. Now we're back. Yeah, I know. Very, very silly, man. But hey man, now we got 99 Tranquilizers and that should last us basically the entirety of time. You might say that that's a bit of overwaste and stuff that because of course are gonna be some expensive stuff that we need and stuff that, so yeah. Now I don't know if all the 8 slot black weapons are all like very, very high on like the magic stat and stuff that, or if it's only clothes and enhanced sword. Now the question is, right, so that for the that fight, we can, for example, put fire armlet on someone, of course, obviously. We can put fire armlet on someone. And not only can we, of course, put fire armlet on someone, we can also, do some other stuff as well. Now what I'm really, really hoping that they do in part 3 is that you actually begin in the tiny bronco or whatever, right? They have a conversation and you can use basically fly around in the world and then you don't need to theoretically go to the northern place first, because the worst thing is going to be if like, because here's the point, right? The whole point is that tiny bronco is already caught about flying and stuff that. And it would be cool if it was like, okay, like it cannot fly over mountains and stuff that, so maybe certain locations wouldn't be reachable. Maybe you could already reach Costa del Sol, so you could have like Crystal Sword before you even go into the place. But yeah. So one thing that I thought was a bit weird, because here's the thing, right? Something that I feel that they need to do once all 3 parts are out is they need to make it so that it feels like a disc switch, so that you somehow can have all 3 games installed, which would be absolutely massive on the hard drive and stuff like that. But I also think that games in the future, especially on the consoles, should have like a low setting, a medium setting, and a high setting to make it so that for example that you could install like different textures. So you could basically be like, okay, like how much do the game need to install? With low settings, like you can install like a low setting version of the game, and then maybe the game would only use 1080p, for example, like you only need 1080p textures. You don't need all 4K thing. And then you can optimize, okay, like what games do I want in 1080p, and maybe like 60 FPS or like higher or whatever, 120 FPS or whatever, right? Because then if you could play a game in 1080p and then have the file size be severely reduced right on a game, right, that would be like really, really good, right? You know, most of that. Because I think like having to have like the whole, you know, having to have like the file size be as massive as it is understandable, of course. But then it definitely feels like, okay, that is because of the 4K graphics and stuff that, you know, in certain games that's why the file size is so huge, so the textures needs to be take up a lot of space. So basically you would have like the option like install like 1080p textures, install like the 1440p textures, which would be like the medium option, and the high option would be like the 4K textures and stuff that's here, you know. And now we can do the snowboarding podcast. So I mean, the dragon armor is still useful. The fact that it has like damage and stuff, that like several damages types and stuff that, but yeah. Keep in mind that yes, the crystal equipment that is also very good always, right, and stuff like that. But unless you spend a lot of time in the game, I'm actually going to go on. No, I hate that. That I wish those things could either be rebound or like deactivated somehow and stuff. That so there is a risk that you like press it, you know. Missed that one, damn it. Oops. Maybe use the D-pad, because that's what you used back in the day. I know there are people that are really, really good at this and stuff like that, but you know. And I honestly think like the whole both Rebirth and like the Final Fantasy VII remake. Oh yeah, I got all of the balloons there. I'm not gonna go for the green one here. Instead, probably gonna do this. Boom. And then go for this one. Nope. Okay, now nice. Okay. Yeah, that's actually good because that allows us to pick this up very easily here. Good. Oops. Oops. I'm concentrating. So I need to, of course, to go right twice. That is fine because we don't get knocked down at least. Ah. Okay. Because you lose the most speed, of course, from what's that, another thing here? Mm-hmm. I know that there's just a pretty good time there. 3:30-ish. Right, and I'm gonna go this way instead. And I think the way to the materia, I think I remember where it is actually. Then keep in mind that once we do these balls, for example, the next hard quote-unquote boss, because there are going to be some bosses that we need to do some different strategies for, because obviously on carry armor, there is a way to kill carry armor and actually get less XP from the fight, which we're going to need to do. Which means on carry armor, we're only allowed to hit the middle, we're not allowed to hit the side parts. And stuff like that, and only killing it while hitting the middle is really pretty annoying to do. Because of the fact that, like, yes, it can grab people with its arms and stuff like that, Now, if you're doing it solo, of course, it is considerably harder, of course, obviously, and stuff like that, because, we can allow the party members to get grabbed. And I think it might be this way, because I think that you can actually get up to where the place is by going this way, actually, here. Because it would lead, like, out of bounds there and stuff like that. But it actually leads up to where the place is. That you can actually get up there this way. I think, right? Yeah. I think it might be on one of these screens, actually, where the material is, actually. There it is. Added cut. Yeah, it's this way. Okay. Attack simulation, one paradigm material is used. But like added cut is absolutely insane because wait, so theoretically, right, like what? Like bone pad material, right? And like, so what, like added cut together with counterattack would mean that every time you counterattack, you get an extra hit. But does that also mean that, for example, if you, for example, added cut, for example, for cut, or like double cut materia, you would then get like a triple attack? I think, yeah. Oh wow, so this is interesting. It actually is another way to end up at the hot springs. Forget about added cut, because isn't that the only place to get added cut in the game? I think that might actually be the only place that has some missable material actually and stuff that, Okay, so we are using course, Alexander Kurt and Bahamut. I'm not sure if there's left, so we're gonna have to use like Elixirs and stuff like that, yeah. We just need to go straight here. Now sadly the lady does not respawn, by the way. I don't think there is anything here again here. So, they don't respawn anything in here. Yeah. Okay, that's a big old dragon. So getting full limit breaks here would be good. And we're back here. And it's pretty insane, only 13 hours really. When you think about it, you know. I mean, 13 hours is still a lot, but still, you know. And keep in mind, right, that normally you would have to basically switch party members almost between like each icicle fight to make sure that you are using the lowest, you know, normally and stuff like that, so yeah, you know. Okay. It's not going to take that long, really, to be honest, because we can just go straight there, basically. Because the thing is, if I can show you that you can do this type of challenge basically without like relying on HP plus materia, then that's going to be really, really big. Now, of course, definitely if you're doing like solo challenge, then you definitely need like HP pluses and stuff like that, and then it makes more sense. Because then you can basically sell all the other weapons for all the other characters, basically you just keep them at the default weapon, basically, stuff like that. But there are some interesting like solo challenges that we could do, and the first solo challenge we might do is a special one that, you know, is something I would like to do, but Final Fantasy Tactics, of course, is coming out in late September and stuff like that, you know, it's going to be big. Stuff like that, you know. I don't know if I'm going to be getting Resident Evil 9. I mean, I will most likely just get it immediately upon release, which is what I usually do and stuff like that, but yeah, we'll see. Because I'm not 100% sold on the game and stuff like that, because you know, I'm sure you might be, oh, but you got Resident Evil 6 and stuff like that when it came out and stuff like that, and I thought that 6 was good and stuff like that, and I didn't mind all the like shootiness and stuff like that, because, you know, I thought actually Resident Evil 5 was very good, because Resident Evil 5 was one of the first games that I platinumed and stuff like that back in the day. Stuff like that, and even though there could have been like earlier games that I could have platinumed and stuff like that, you know, And I didn't do things optimal, of course, in RE5 and stuff like that. And there is basically like certain ones where you kind of need to co-op in order to get certain ones. I'm pretty certain I can fix my purple controller, because the thing is like, that's all you have vibration problem with your Smash controllers, but you have to realize that the game that I got mad about was at Gran Turismo basically, and that was just because I was trying to do a very, very stupid. I think it might have been a licensed test, or it might have been one of those circuit experience challenges, because, of course, the fact that, you cannot go off the stage, you cannot even touch a wall, and then like, the numbering absolutely perfect, but you kind of have to do it absolutely perfect when you're doing the whole time trial thing. And on the time trial thing, you don't get the whole annoying like game over screen or whatever, kind of almost. So same here. Of course, we are gonna need to steal from the left head, by the way. Yeah, keep in mind though that one thing is, since Diamond Weapon is a weapon, Diamond Weapon actually gives you very, very huge XP, by the way, and very huge AP, meaning that the Diamond Weapon you could almost treat as another like proper like weapon fight and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely hope that we'll fight a lot of different weapons in the remake part 3. But I also felt like there's a lot of mistakes that Rebirth did. I thought I had at one point written down a whole piece of text of like, okay, like why is Rebirth like worse than like Final Fantasy? Like, because I know that the whole shield so-called like walk people or whatever, right? Like, it's the best Final Fantasy ever or whatever, right? And then like, Final Fantasy VII remake, Tifa is so hot. It looks more realistic, and the whole look more realistic means that it's like, and then they're all like, goon, blah, 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 as an excuse, and stuff like that. And the worst gooners are, of course, the far left extremists, stuff that we saw biggest wankers. Yeah, because they, of course, only want to promote like weird sexual stuff, and stuff. That's what they want to promote, and that's how it's always been, because, socialist communists destroy the world, and stuff that. And they've always done that, because they won World War II technically and stuff that sort of thing. And it's basically, because it's never like a Democrat's fault when a city gets it, so it's always the far right's fault. And then, all the mass shootings are far right, and blah, 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 blah. And then, right, whenever Black Antifa does something, and stuff that, then it's just mostly peaceful protest. And keep in mind, right, that there are like the really mentally ill people that, like, they think, right, that don't get Nazis everywhere, like all Trump supporters are Nazis and stuff that, and then it's just like ridiculous, right? And then you have to realize, like, we cannot live with those people and stuff that. And I know that a lot of people are like, when both sides should work together and stuff that, but like, there is no off-ramp. Like, if you have made like a lot of people like mentally ill, then you need to like lock him up or something like that, even though that's not very nice to say, like, So now we're back here again. Let's see how things go this time. So we only have 3 slots so far. We haven't even gotten the dragon encounter yet. Now the main problem is, of course, is that the dragon encounter, that you don't steal from the dragon encounter and stuff like that, Okay, hard. Why does he get like troll like that? But now we know that it's the right head that we steal from. Okay, Capucino, you immediately Ramu. Two eyes. Solid haste. Fine. How? Okay. Nice. It might do a counterattack now. No, that's weak damage, or not that weak, but is it? Yeah, it's counterattack time. You want to be a big shot. Tranquilizer up him. And then cross slash the left tail. Okay, incoming storm. He'll stop here again. Hit them. Yeah, and I'm gonna sense the other head also so we can take on later. Because we need to be very, very careful when it does counterattack basically, especially if it cold gets off our head, you know, thing. Okay, 9,000 left. Okay, heal with Kids Hit. Barrett with Tranquilize. Are you fucking dumb? Oh, he has no problem with his back. He's dumb. Dumby dum dum dumby dumby dum dumby dum 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 dumby dum dum. But that's everyone tranquilized, right? Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't counterattack now. Oh, it is. It's gonna take your course, obviously. Yeah, we're dead. We're not dead. Recovery. Do that and then make elixir here so we can get our MP back at sea time here. I actually get extended off here. It's gonna do a lot of damage though. Is that it? Let's go click load. There we go. Good. Tranquilizer. Jonas, stealing this is gonna be a bit annoying though. He's counting. Why did he do that so many times there? That was weird. We can focus on that saves again. You want to be a big shot? There's no way we're doing 5,000 with the limit break though. Still I need to keep trying. Great. What was it? Skill power you stopped? There was also protecting casino. Över bandet. Mega flat. Let the dragon finish off a dragon. This is not really supposed to be a dragon, it's supposed to be some sort of, you know, thing. Basically an experiment. I definitely think that these have to be with gas somehow. Yeah. Nice, and now we only need to start this hit here. This is going to deal a lot of damage. Low gain, 4,400. So this would have been 480 otherwise. And immediately go into pause. So now we have gotten automatically sets up barrier and M barrier with the protect ring, which is absolutely insane, by the way, at this point. Now we have that, and do this. So 2,600, 2,700 G is lowest. They are 23, so they are still higher than those. So the question is it going to be... So G is the lowest now at 22, they are at 23, they are at 22 as well, so 2,300, 2,639, so it's going to be Cappuccino and it's going to be Parrot. So around that time, 1,639. Dragon armor from him instead. Okay, less defense, but that brings double thing. So circlet here. That's gonna do it for this time. And stuff that, so we're just gonna flank up here. And then of course we're gonna equip our you know, whatever we want on the characters now and stuff that's so one all is very, very close and getting there and stuff that's So yeah, so now Barrett is, so basically after the, you know, a fight we're probably gonna switch Cappuccino into Barrett most likely and stuff that's So that's gonna be something. So yes, you know. Okay, he's actually closer to levels we did that. So I mean that was a rough fight. Not gonna lie, that was pretty damn rough. Things considered, right? You have to be careful there. But you saw there that it can do earthquake even if you don't do anything and stuff that now like he did run out of, you know, power and stuff that. So that's something you can actually do as a survival strat to actually make him run out of skill power. So now of course what can theoretically be better to tweak into the input so that this is that you use the moment. But then the main problem becomes when you use the whole double thing, because the double thing is more powerful and stuff like that. Anyway, you know, how we all know this and stuff like that, you know, because we did use same, right? Yeah. 1326 there, yeah, because yeah, we did save him. So I only have 3,000 now, which is very, very little because the actual stuff is very, very expensive, the stuff that we're gonna need to get and stuff like that. So using fire armor, that makes 100% that she will survive the encounter with the thing. He's gonna take half damage, and then of course Claude, I can set up like fire used, and then elemental and stuff like that, and that's gonna also work and stuff that to reduce the fire damage and stuff like that. That's what the magic attack looks like, by the way, without without having a bunch of powerful magic equipped. So yeah, so the magic that we have equipped will matter a lot because the summons of course give you these summons give you like magic +1 and stuff like that, but the thing that's better for magic is of course the actual magic here, or the more powerful ones at least, you know. Without giving 2+ magic, for example. Same thing with Comet. Comet also gives 2+ magic. Time gives 2+ magic. Stuff that, but of course they are reducing HP by 5. And they give you -2 strength and minus everything. But for example, Science, the first summons of course gives you +1 magic, +2 MP. That one you get there is also like gives you magic defense magic, and it doesn't reduce the strength. But of course eventually you get to do summons that reduces max HP by 10%, and then it's more magic from it and stuff like that. And of course the best thing, or only one of them have like the whole that's the round is the only one that has the what is it, -15%, yeah, or -20% or something like that. Something insane, but yeah. Hope you all enjoyed this and I'll see you all next time.